Dads for Kids is a harm prevention charity, and it's really all about helping dads be the best dads they can be and being there for our friends and family. The summit runs from Friday night to Sunday afternoon. Men come from all over Australia and they travel here to really learn how to be better men, better dads, better husbands, partners, better leaders in their communities, in their businesses. It's all about bettering each other, being the best versions of ourselves that we can be.
I came from a broken home myself, and that pain drove me with my wife to begin Dads for Kids. Our core principle is building men, growing fathers, changing generations.
I grew up without a father figure, a male figure. For me to come to this men's summit is to relate with other men.
I came to the summit with my son to become a stronger man and hopefully a better father than I've been.
I chose to come to the summit to be around other like-minded men who are just positive and want to make the world a better place, want to help each other to do that.
Back in 2018, I attended my first Men's Leadership Summit, and that weekend changed my life.
I actually come to the Dads for Kids Summit last year, and the positives that you get out of this summit, money couldn't pay for.
This weekend can be life-transforming for so many men.
You know the old saying, I feel like there's two dogs, a black one and a white one, fighting inside of me. Well, which dog's winning? Or the dog I feed the most?
This weekend I've been talking a lot about passion and purpose. It's so important for a man to have a sense of his purpose and identity and self, because everything we do ideally shouldn't just come out of our sense of responsibilities or guilt or what I should do, but really flow from who you are.
We have three guest speakers, Brett Davis, Dr. Alan Meyer and Pastor Scott Hanty. They all speak different sessions, but really the weekend's about the small groups. So we have the speakers will bring some encouragement to the men, and then the small groups discuss what they've learned.
In my small groups that I've been a part of, in those groups just chatting, have been very honest and open. I love that. I love the fact that guys can just share and be real.
Sometimes we struggle to talk about our feelings, but the guys here today are opening up and sharing their hearts with each other.
When you're sharing experiences with other men and what they've been through, it helps you to work on your own experiences in the future.
These men here are my brothers, and they're close, because it's not about what I look on the outside, it's what we share from the inside.
You can create passion, but you can't create character, because character is how you handle passions. Character is made on the basis of choices. Character is what you do when passions emerge.
Every statistic and every measure of human well-being would underline the fact that it is what men do in a relationship that's the critical factor.
There's a passion in you for greatness. There's a passion to do something that makes a difference.
By and large, men have had very little coaching, very little insight about the critical role they play, and I'll play my part this weekend in seeking to expand men and their understanding of how they can play that critical role that they play as husbands, as fathers, as friends, as dads, and all of the roles that men find themselves playing.
There's 5 letters. Thank you. Sometime in our summit, we always ask the men to write a letter. It could be their son, their daughter, it could be their father, their mother. Who they write to, it's up to them. It could just be a friend. So we're not specific about who to write the letter to, just to write a letter of appreciation, a letter of thanks, and if necessary, a letter of apology.
I wrote a letter to my father. I began to write down all the things I could remember that I had benefited from because of my father's life. And I realised what a treasure he had been in my life.
We're talking about writing letters to home, and I was really touched on some areas. My dad recently passed away. There are things that I wish I'd said to him beforehand, but I'll get the opportunity to work through that now, and that's been pretty impactful.
I know that there'll be some who say, my dad was absent, my dad was neglectful, my dad was unreliable, my dad damaged my life. I wouldn't trivialise that for a minute. But if you want your life to work, you need to resolve that. You need to climb the mountain of your hurt. You're going to have to learn the skill of forgiveness. When you don't or you can't, it's not going to be well with you because you'll carry that hurt and that damage in ways that you don't even understand for the rest of your life.
We will ask those guys to sign the letter, and that envelope goes in a box, and I personally go down to the post office box with my wife and make sure this letter gets posted, and it will literally be on people's door Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning.
We are married 34 years. After 20 years that my husband's finally sat down and wrote his heart and wrote me a love letter. I will cherish this for a long, long time.
There's going to be tears, there's going to be joy, there's going to be maybe a little bit of heartache, but a whole lot of healing, a whole lot of encouragement, and a whole lot of joy coming to people because someone cared enough to write a letter.
Dads do many different jobs. Tradies and businessmen. Deep sea divers and high-flying pilots. Musicians and accountants. Miners and surf lifesavers. No matter what you do, remember to say, I love you.
Over the years, we've had the pleasure of working with many different parliamentarians. The former Deputy Prime Minister, John Anderson, we work closely with him, and he's come and spoken at one of our summits. We really appreciate their help.
So far, the summit has been really inspirational, genuinely inspirational, and I feel equipped. We're learning some great stuff, stuff that you can apply to life quickly, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the changes it's going to make.
The guys are having a go at some archery, taking their best shots and having a bit of fun. Doing this helps a lot of these relationships that have been built over the weekend to solidify. It's important to challenge ourselves sometimes. I think sometimes things are better caught than taught, and this is a good example of that.
My wife bought me a ticket and it was a birthday gift, so yeah, next year I want to come and I want to bring a few guys with me.
By challenging yourself amongst mates, it can really be life transforming for men, and you often don't realise till afterwards how much of an impact it's had on you.
I came along to the summit to make connections, meet people. It's really beneficial for my own growth and to be able to take that away too and work with the guys that I work with back at home.
Nothing was going through my head when I was getting harnessed up. I blocked it out. They started counting and I quickly just pulled it straight away. The boys wouldn't have let me live it down if I didn't do it, so that's sort of was what pushed me to get up there. So yeah, because I never would have done that, say 6 months ago to a year ago. Proud of myself for it, yeah.
My son Dan's about to conquer the giant Goliath swing, 30 metres high, straight drop down. There's something about this that's risky, element of excitement which helps to bond us together. It's not just the swing that's going on here, it's building confidence to be able to take steps that are going to help him in his life. Positive steps.
Well done, that's awesome.
It's like the highlight of my fathering year, coming away with one of my children.
If someone was thinking about coming to a Dads for Kids event, I would say absolutely do it, because what it is it's something that equips you to be a better man, to be a better person. It's just a really positive experience that gives you practical things that make life better, so just do it. It's an awesome thing.
I've got great relationships with my kids. From last year's summit till now, my relationships grew phenomenally. Just, you can see the happiness in them. So it's so positive.
It gives me the input how to be a father, how to be a grandfather. It's just amazing.
The most beneficial thing being here with James has been just being here together. You know, we'll have the shared experience and it's something we can talk about, you know, until we come again next year.
Dads have incredible impact on their kids, on their families, and healthy masculinity can do great things for the community. We hear stories from past summits of a ripple effect through people's families, positive changes in their community, business lives. reconnecting, learning, growing, sharpening each other. The summit's been amazing.